Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are discussing for one final time this product, the Topicals Faded Discoloration Serum. Now, this serum has been a viral sensation all over the web for the past 2 years, with lots of people scrambling to get their hands on the product, even though it's consistently sold out. I waited very patiently, finally got my hands on it, and kind of took you guys on the journey with me. I gave you my first impressions, I did a review of the product after 6 months of use, but now I've come to the conclusion that this just isn't the right product for me, and I think there are some core things you need to be aware of before you try and reach for and get your hands on this product. So sit back, relax, let's talk why I'm giving up the Faded Serum. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know your own hot take on the Topicals Faded Discoloration Serum. Is this something that you've reached for time and time again and love? Or like me, is it something you've tried and just moved on from? Sound off in the comments section below. These are just my thoughts, feelings and opinions when it comes to this product, and yours are equally as valid, which is why I really want to hear from you. Whatever your thoughts on this serum, if you're like me, you like the channel and you enjoy skincare content, don't forget to reach down and give this video a thumbs up and a like. This is the best way to support any content creator you appreciate, because the more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So it's just a wonderful way of getting this message out there loud and clear, and for that I'm so grateful. Now, I've got quite a lot to say, so shall we just cut that waffle and delve straight on in? So let's kick things off with what exactly is this serum? Well, the brand badge it as a brightening and clearing serum that's going to target hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration, and also reduce the prevalence of any breakouts, giving you a more clear complexion. With a description like that, what not to love? And some people do report getting really great results with this. It's got a beautiful blend of different active ingredients in here. There's a really comprehensive formulation that's going to help you to get on top of your skin discoloration. And there are also some ingredients in here that could, at the margins, reduce the rate of breakouts and blackheads that you might experience in the skin. So far, so good. And based on my own experiences, I'm going to leave a link to a 6-month review video up there. Definitely one to check out. I was really impressed at that point with the Topicals Faded Serum and envisaged that this would be a product I took through right the way through my skincare journey. However, I'm now at the 18-month point and I decided this just isn't the right product for me for a couple of reasons that I want to share with you in today's video. This isn't about bashing the brand or bashing the product. It's all about giving you guys the information to make an informed decision when it comes to choosing the right products for your own skincare needs. First up, let's tackle the brand's claim that this is a clearing serum. So clearing implies that you're going to have a more clear complexion, fewer blackheads, congestion and breakouts. This just wasn't my experience with this product. They did a reformulation, well, they've done a couple of reformulations in the past 18 months, and in both instances of that, I feel that it's become less applicable for those with oily and acne prone skin. They've added coconut oil to this, which is one of the biggest triggers to my own breakouts. I'm now coming to my 37th year here on planet Earth, and I still experience a lot of adult acne and breakouts, and coconut oil is one of those ingredients that can trigger this for a whole suite of people. So I don't think this is going to be giving that clarification to the skin that maybe it would have in the original formulation. There are some other ingredients in here which could increase the rate of congestion in the skin and blackheads, which could then lead to breakouts. So I think this has now become a product that's much more applicable for those with a drier or combination skin type, rather than those that are suffering from active and persistent breakouts, which honestly I think is such a shame. Most people will reach for a product like this, particularly one that's geared towards a more younger audience, because their hyperpigmentation is linked to the breakouts they're getting. The best thing you could do for the skin is reduce those breakouts in the first place, so I think this can become a little bit counterintuitive. You're reaching for a product to tackle the hyperpigmentation that you have that's linked to your breakouts, but as a direct side effect it could trigger future breakouts, which are going to cause more hyperpigmentation. If that makes sense, I don't feel that this is going to be a product that's going to give me and my skin type the long-term benefits that I was really hoping for. Let's keep with that reformulation. This brand does go through changes to their formulation quite frequently, certainly more frequently than a lot of other skincare brands do. Now, some people might say, honestly, is that an issue? Updating formulations is something that everything should do just to keep on top of trends, new data and science points. I agree with that, but 2 reformulations of a significant nature in the past 18 months is quite a lot, and because they don't really market or advertise what's changed, it can be really difficult to know what you're actually using. A great example is around 8 months ago, they changed the formulation to kind of mask that sulfury smell that you got from this product. They added in some fragrant components, but they didn't really make a whole thing of that. So if you have a very sensitive skin type, this product might not be as applicable for you now than it was, say, a year ago, but you might be buying it time and time again and wondering, why isn't this working for me the same way it used to? That's because there's been a reformulation, you're just not aware of it. Similarly, when they did the original reformulation, they added in that coconut oil that I've just referenced, and so people that might be using this really successfully start to break out, and they might not think this is the product that's causing that because they've used it successfully in the past. I like brands to be totally open and transparent when they do go through a reformulation, and it can be really difficult to know what you're actually getting because some of the products that you buy in stores don't always match the ingredients list that are on the website. It just becomes a little bit of a hot mess, which is one of the main reasons I stopped reaching for it in my own skincare routine. Now, if we're going to cut to the chase, the main reason why I no longer reach for this surrounds the formulation and the ingredients that are used. So this isn't a brand that's particularly transparent about the percentages and concentrations of any of their active ingredients. If you reached out to me, or I did quite a few months ago, and asked them, they did disclose some of the percentages of a certain number of their ingredients, which I applauded them for. We then had a reformulation. I went back and said, has anything changed? And they wouldn't give me that information. You can, if you scour the net, find those percentages, but I find it a little bit confusing. And when a brand reformulates so frequently, you kind of need to know what exactly you're using on your skin. Take, for example, the azelaic acid. Now, azelaic acid, one of my favourite ingredients in skincare, but it's really difficult to find the percentages that's actually in here. Different percentages of azelaic acid have different benefits. If you're looking to use the ingredient to fight acne, you should be reaching for something in a 10 to 15% concentration. If you're looking for something to calm and soothe the skin, maybe tackle rosacea, something in a 5% concentration might just be more beneficial. If you're looking for that hyperpigmentation fighting, I would probably go for a 10%. Because you don't really know what's in here, it's quite difficult to tell just how effective that azelaic acid is going to be. Aside from just the percentages, also some of the ingredients they use might not be all they seem. So they use a kojic acid derivative. Kojic acid, one of my favourite hyperpigmentation fighting ingredients. But as a derivative, there's much less scientifically backed studies to show how effective it is. It's seen as being much more gentle than kojic acid in its traditional form. However, I've just got better experiences from using pure form kojic acid than I ever have from the derivatives, which is why I think badging it as containing kojic acid, whilst technically true, can be a little bit on the misleading side. We now have a great range of products available to us that contain kojic acid in a way that maybe we didn't 2 years ago when the Topicals Faded Serum launched, and I just found that I got better results from kojic acid in its pure form than I do from those derivatives. These are two of my favourites. This is the Pillow Talk Derm Major Fade Hyper Serum. This has a really good concentration of pure kojic acid, which is going to get to work at that excess pigment really quick. Of course, when I created my own exfoliating gel, I wanted to use kojic acid as one of the core components to harness its pigment correcting qualities. So I included pure kojic acid in this, which is the Mad About Skin Perfect Blend exfoliating gel, and as a way of helping you guys to get on top of your hyperpigmentation. There are so many different products containing kojic acid. You can shop around and find a great one for your skincare routine, and I think you'll get better results than with the derivative that you find in this. All told, if you look at the ingredients without knowing the percentages, whilst it seems to be absolutely packed full of hyperpigmentation fighting qualities, I'm not sure that you're going to get the results you expect without knowing what the percentages actually included are. This for me is a bit of a red flag because I think, if brands have nothing to hide, they'll fully disclose everything to us, and this is something that just never sat particularly well with me. I've experimented with other known concentrations of these actives and just got better results, which is why I find it better to just piece together all of these wonderful ingredients rather than relying them in one serum, which actually commands quite a high price point. Finally, I want to talk about the packaging. So this is actually an empty box because the original tube that it came in is metal, and you work obviously from the top, you push it down and you use it day in, day out. Unfortunately, that metal tubing has a tendency to split, which means it ends up leaking all over the place, and of course that will impact the quality of the formulation if you're letting air get into that tube. This happened after about 2 weeks of use on all 3 tubes that I actually bought, and I made a mental note to be not too heavy-handed with it, and it still happened. So I think for me, the packaging doesn't lend itself well to the product and how you use it, and again it just got very messy, and it started to make me worry about the quality of the formulation. If it had been exposed to oxygen, was it still giving me the great results? It probably was, but that's something that sat in the back of my mind, and it become a hot mess all over my vanity, which I just wasn't a fan of. Overall, I'm so glad that I tried this product, and honestly I got some great results from tackling my own hyperpigmentation, acne scarring and discoloration. I just found a couple of formulations and reformulations later, I was finding this product broke me out in a way that it didn't used to. It became less compatible with my skin type. I also found that by shopping around, I could get some known quantities of all the ingredients incorporated in here and use them separately in my routine, and I just got better outcomes. Take for example the alpha-arbutin that's in here. You don't really know the concentration, but you could actually just reach for the ordinary ascorbic acid 8% plus alpha-arbutin 2%, which is cheaper. It's also currently 23% off in the sale, which I've linked in the description box below. You get a no quantity D, this fabulous pigment corrector, and some vitamin C. And I'd rather reach for that than something that I just don't know what I'm actually using on the skin in terms of strengths. I also find with it being really difficult to track what ingredients you're actually purchasing with all of the different formulations which aren't clearly advertised, and the slightly less than amazing packaging in terms of that tube, I just didn't really have a great overall user experience. Now, a lot of people would say, Rob, you've been a nitpicker here. Actually, does it really matter? And no, obviously the outcomes you get are the most important thing, but I think user experience definitely should play a part in this, particularly when you're spending good money, because this isn't a cheap product by any means, and I just think there are better alternatives on the market. I, again, would love you to share your thoughts, feelings, opinions. These are just mine, and I wanted to kind of complete the circle. I did the first impressions, the 6-month follow-up, and this is kind of me sharing with you why I won't be continuing to reach this product. But that doesn't mean that you guys should abandon it if it's working well for you. Just let me know in the comment section below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.